I host a radio show Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And sometimes I open up my show by saying that I am not an African American. I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro. There are no African drums beating in my chest. The American guitar is playing in my heart. I'm as black as the ace of spades. You turn these lights out, you will not see me. But I am 100% American. And I love my country, and I thank God that I was born here. This is my country. And we've been fighting for that for the last 20 years. I run a nonprofit organization where we are rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. And we have a home for young men that we bring in from around the country, and we show these guys how to overcome their anger, how to, help finish school, help start a trade, or if they would like to go to college, we help them get into schools around the country. And we're doing the same thing with our after-school character building program, where we're showing these guys how to overcome anger and judge people based on character and not color. It's about the character of the person and not the color. And we've had good success, and I'm proud to tell you that we're celebrating 20 years this year. On the 16th of October, we're having a big celebration at the Radisson Hotel out by the airport there. And we have done this without the help of the government. Not one penny from the government. It's people helping us to help others. I met Rabbi Shifren a long time ago. And at the time he was teaching in the public school system, and he got fired for doing the right thing. So he called on us to help him out with the situation. We went to the schools and dealt with that. And from that point on, we developed a good friendship. And I have to tell you that Rabbi Shifren is like the ever-ready battery. He doesn't give up. He keeps going and going and going. And if I didn't believe in him, I would not be here tonight. And I just want to say he is the best thing that can happen for us. And I live in his district, so I will be voting for him. And we are encouraging others to do the same. Rabbi Shifren doesn't care that you call him a racist. You should hear him. They call him a racist, but he doesn't care. He loves what's right. He does what's right. And he's willing to stand for what is right. This man is so brave that he will go down to South Central Los Angeles at night, and I won't go down there at night. He's like, hey, Jesse, come on, let's go down. No, not me. I'll wait until the next day. But he's a brave man because he loves what's right. He's a man that you can trust, and I love him. He's like a brother to me. And I just want to encourage you to make sure you vote for him. I want you to tell other people about him. And also, in closing, I want to encourage you, especially white Americans, not to be afraid to tell the truth. You've allowed the so-called civil rights leaders to divide us as a race with one word, and that word is racism. Whenever they want power and control, they use that word. White folks head for the hills, and black people go into a hypnotic trance. And so whatever these people want them to do, they do it because they're unconscious due to the anger that they have, and they don't understand what is going on. We got to come together as a people. This country is the greatest country in the world. Everybody and their mama are trying to come here. We can't even keep the illegals out. And so we got to come together. And the thing I love about the rabbi is that he doesn't care. He's not intimidated by the name calling. And we need America to come back together in that manner. Dr. King talked about character, judging people based on what is right. And you have to understand that this battle that we're fighting is a battle between good and evil. Right versus wrong. It has nothing to do with color. It has nothing to do with whether you're male or female. It's right versus wrong. And Rabbi Shifren understands that. I have been called Uncle Tom, sellout. You ever heard the word Uncle Tom? Yeah. I have been called sellout, Uncle Tom. I have had guns drawn on me. My telephone's been tapped. My children's lives have been threatened. But I love what's right more than anything else. And I don't care what they call me. I grew up a Democrat, but then God changed my heart and took my anger away. So because I asked him to take my anger away, he took it away. And then I felt free. So I went back to God and I said, I have one more favor for you. He's like, what is it? I said, well, I'm a liberal Democrat. Can you forgive me for that? And he's like, yeah, I'll forgive you for that. So he forgave me for being a liberal Democrat. I am a conservative Republican all the way. Conservative all the way. And in closing, I have to tell you, it is easier to be a member of the KKK than it is to be a black Republican conservative. But because I love what's right, I love my country, and I'm not a coward, I let them call me whatever they want. We're standing up for what is right. And that's the type of man that Rabbi Shifren is. I love this man. I'm making a personal donation to him tonight. And I rarely do that for politicians. But I trust Rabbi Shifren. His word is his word. You don't have to worry about it. And so I want to encourage you to support him with your finance. Get the word out. Get people to the poll. Because if we all go and take our friends, he can win. He can win. This is the right time, right place. So please vote for him and please support him financially. Thank you and God bless you. And tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. And that's how we're going to change this country.
Yeah. Hey Jason, don't you have a function that's coming up soon?
Oh yeah, that's right. As I said, we're celebrating 20 years of bond on October 16th, my nonprofit. And we're going to be introducing you to some of the young folks that you've helped us to help over the years. So I really want you to come on October 16th, Radisson Hotel, out near the LAX airport. And again, we have some cars, and I'm telling you, it's going to bring tears to your eyes to see these guys overcome their anger. We encourage them to get married before having children out of wedlock, because it's about family, it's about God, it's about country, it's about Constitution, it's about low taxes. It's not about your color. And these guys have been brainwashed and dumbed down by the so-called civil rights leaders, and they've been lied to. The family is broken, and they are paying a price for it. And that's why we're committed to rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. So make sure you get a card from me and come out and meet some of the young folk. I have a white friend. Come here, Patrick. Come here, Patrick.
Hey, Jesse, I've heard on the radio today that 91% of the black Americans are still voting for or supporting Barack Obama. How can you help?
91%. After knowing that this guy support abortion on demand, they know that Barack Obama is a racist. They know that he hates Israel. They know that he is a black liberation theology kind of a guy. They know that he believes in the redistribution of wealth. But what it is, the reason that they're still supporting him, because they think the same way too. I thought that way for a long time until I started to examine things. Black Americans are suffering not because of racism, but the lack of moral character. Long story short, 50 years ago, the government came in and became the daddy of the family, and the corrupt leaders became the head of the people, and that's when they lost their way. I grew up on a plantation down in Alabama, and I remember for colors only signs, for whites only. The movie theater once, growing up down there, and we were not allowed to sit in the downstairs with white Americans. We had to sit in the balcony. But that was fine because the seats in the balcony were better than the seats downstairs. so I didn't mind. But it's the brainwashing and demoralizing that they are controlling blacks by, because you can't control a moral people. You have to demoralize them in order to control them. And that's why they still support Obama. It's about color and not the character in their mind. And that's why we're working hard to change that.
Great, good job.
Yeah. She want to come out. This is not my event, but she want a question.
No, it's not your evening, but why are you banned for dying?
Because when you tell the truth, they go after you, and because white Americans are afraid, they cave in to these people. And the stations that I was on, they agree with me, but they're afraid of Jackson. They're afraid of being boycotted. And that's where I say that white folks got to get over this fear, because as long as you give in to your enemy, he will come in and destroy you. Even with your children, if you're afraid to discipline your children, they'll take over the home and put you out because you're afraid of them. We have to operate in love. And that's what Rabbi Shifren has. He has love. Look at him. Doesn't he look like a loving man? But anyway, I just want you to meet Patrick. He has some car. Come right here, Patrick. A little nervous. Patrick, he and his wife and son have been with us for almost 18 years or so, and he's committed to helping people to overcome, helping us to help others. Can you say something about Rabbi? He know the Rabbi as well. Is that right, Rabbi?
Yeah, that'll cost him $5.
That's right.
I think I've got $5 in my pocket, by the way. But just to say about this guy, I know this guy for a long time. He's a bulldog.
Yeah.
And he comes around, he wants something, we know he wants something, he's after something, and he'll get it. And I thought about today, and I said, this guy, the same guy that we see acting the way as tenacious as he is, when he gets to Sacramento, he's going to clean house.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him up there. So, we love you, man.
We love you, Rabbi. All right, thank you, folks.
Thank you again, Reverend. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our candidate, Rabbi Nahum Shifren. I met the rabbi about 3 years ago, who came into the office of the Courier, wanting to know if we would take letters to the editor, and then he handed me 6,000 words. And I said, well, yes, we do, but we'd like to get it over time. Since then, like so many of you, I've been the beneficiary of his in-the-face, tell the truth missives, the story of how they tried to discipline him and kick him out at the high school in Los Angeles, and how so many friends left to his defense. And as Reverend Peterson said, he loves his country. It's very obvious. He loves the people of this community. He loves his students. He's one of the few teachers who would stand up and tell students what they had to learn. And he suffered greatly because of it, and he is still here as he attempts again to gain public office so he can be a voice for all of us in Sacramento. We have to remember that regardless of the outcome of the election, he is getting his message, which is our message, across to everyone in a community that desperately needs that truth. And he will persist, and he will persist, and he will persist. So it's our pleasure that the Courier is supporting him and will endorse him this week officially for election in the 26th district. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our candidate, Rabbi Nahum Shifren.